everyone. For writing workshop today, we're going to talk about some special words that can help you sequence your story or put it in order. They help you when you're planning your story. They help folks that are reading your story know the order and what part is happening, like what comes next, what comes next, what comes next. And they're great for organizing. Okay, so let's look at these words. The words are words like first, then, next, after that, finally. So when you're telling a story in your brain, you can think what happened first. Then what happened? Okay, next. What happened after that? Finally, what happened? So, and you can tell a story. So I might tell a story of when I went skiing with Silas and Dan. First, Silas, Dan, and I drove to the mountain. Then we got our skis on. Next, we took the chairlift up the mountain. After that, we started skiing down. Finally, we made it to the bottom of the mountain. So you can use these words to help you. And then when you're writing your story, you can even use some of these. You don't have to use one on every page, but you might want to use them at some points in your story. So I might say, Silas, Dan, and I drove to the mountain. Then we got our skis on. Next, we took the chairlift up and we started skiing down. We finally made it to the bottom of the mountain. So you can add them in on some pages. It doesn't have to be on every page. Okay, so and they just help your reader know, like, oh, we're at the next part of the story. And then after that, so they don't think one part of the story just keeps going and going. They know you're transitioning to the next part. So think about, as you're writing today, if there's one of these words that you can use. Right? If you did the beginning of your story, I'm thinking of the tornado story. Like there's a big tornado came to town. It blew the news kid. Right? The news kid was blowing, hanging on the pole. Next, bikes blew into the air. Right? So you can use these words to help in your story. So think about your story and where you can insert one of these words. Okay, which one will it be? First, then, next, after that, or finally? I think you could probably add one in somewhere. And if you're just doing a 3-part story, like a beginning, middle, and end, maybe you just need first, next, finally, or first, then, finally. Okay, finally is a great one to signal that this is the end of your story, right? Finally, we made it back home. Finally, the tornado moved on. And first really tells that you're at the beginning of your story. First, we saw a tornado off in the distance, right? First really tells you that's the beginning of the story. Finally really tells you you're at the end. And then next and after that really tell you. These are the middle parts of your story, and you're telling what happens in the different parts of your story. Okay, give one of these words a try today. First, then, next, after that, finally. Okay, give it a try. Happy writing!